Coffee box, Pokemon, let's go. What Pokemon are we going to get today that is going to be horrified? Ha 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 ha. Let's have a look. See, we've got them in there. All the Pokemons. Now let's reach in. Give it a hand shuffle. And I've got one. Let's see what it is. Alright, so the next Pokemon is Seadra. I have no idea, I can't remember what this Pokemon is, so I'm gonna have to go in and have a look and yeah, go from there. I'll have him on the screen here of which Pokemon this little fella is, but I can't remember off the top of my head what this one is. I'm hoping it's not pink. Please don't let it be pink. Oh my god, thank god he's not pink. So we have, yeah, he's blue. Oh my god, thank god for that. So he's a little seahorse. Okay, okay. Alright, let's get horrifying this little fella. Let's start like I always do by telling you a little bit about this particular Pokemon, Seadra. Now Seadra is 117 in the Pokemon Index. He is a water type dragon Pokemon. He evolves from Horsey. His abilities are Poison Point or Sniper, and his hidden ability is Damp. Seadra is 1.2 meters tall. That's a huge Pokemon. Can you imagine this thing that looks like Seadra floating around the ocean being 1.2 meters? This thing would be terrifying. The color of him is mostly blue with a cream belly. He swims in any direction while facing forwards, and he catches his prey by creating massive whirlpools to exhaust his prey and then eats them through that hole that he has in his snout. Now he has venom that is toxic and it causes numbness in humans, and this little shit is quite vicious and callous, especially when nesting. So after reading a bit of a description about Seadra, I went ahead and designed this Seadra dragon slash seahorse type creature. I really wanted to make something that really represented the particular description of Seadra. So this thing is just, imagine encountering this thing in the ocean. Like, it has all these like barnacle type tubes coming out from the snout, and the its backside there where the tail starts and the neck, and it's got all these poisonous like spines off of its little, you know, little things at the back. And yeah, it's got this rib cage that is like exposed, and then like all of its insides, you know, could potentially be like sitting there. Or the other theory that I had, which was actually quite funny, I was actually thinking of this when I was designing this thing, as I was designing the rib cage and everything, that maybe this particular little dude, and I know I'm calling this thing a he, I know that looking up the Pokemon Index that Seadra is 50% male, 50% female, but I always have a tendency to call these things he, because it's just what I do. So yeah, just sort of ignore that in some way. Yeah, if you're like, oh, he's like half, like whatever. It's just what I call it. Well, in this particular case, the version of Seadra that I have done is, you know, male. It's a he. It's just a he. Just, yeah, we'll move on. Story I sort of had for this was, could you imagine, as we know, male seahorses, they have babies, and they're like spearing out and getting spurted out of this little pouch, this little hole in the stomach of the male seahorse. Could you imagine if this thing gave birth, and it's obviously a male, so it's going to give birth to the other creepy little versions of it. but instead of like it just shooting out of a pocket, the whole stomach just explodes and just opens up to reveal the ribcage, and there's all these babies just go spewing out of its guts. And this is what I was thinking of when I was creating this thing. It was actually quite funny. And I'm like, wow, yeah, that'd be hilarious. And I was half tempted to do some sort of explosion and then have all these little baby seahorses coming out, but I thought, oh, I wanted to keep it simple, so I left that out and just created it as a version of Seadra, because once you sort of start doing that, you sort of start, I don't mind doing it, but I didn't want to sort of stray away from the full Pokemon like interpretation. So yeah, I like thinking of it now, I probably just should have done it. But yeah, my reasoning at the time was that exact reason that I just said, is I wanted to sort of keep it a bit simpler and a little bit more like, you know, keeping it within, you know, the Pokemon realm, and not sort of start to go a little bit crazy and make it something that it's not, if that makes sense. So obviously I kept the colors, yeah, and then did some textures on him to make him look crackly, like I always do with my monsters. I like this. This is just what I do with this particular with my monsters, with my particular art, is I have this sort of crackly like skin that I like to put on everything, as you know. And yeah, that was my version of Seadra. I hope you enjoyed watching this video of me turning Seadra into something completely horrifying, and yeah, tell me what your favorite Pokemon is, if you have a favorite Pokemon. I don't have a favorite Pokemon yet, because of the fact that I really don't know too much about the Pokemon universe, and I did watch the anime back when I was little, but I don't remember a lot of it, and I just wanted to do this series to get to know them, because it is such a popular franchise, and the fact that like it's got creepy little monsters, and I can turn them into, well, the cute little monsters, I can turn them into creepy things. Like the base is already there for me to work with, and I thought that it would be really, really cool to do this with this particular series, and for Pokemon, and for Pokemon lovers out there who are horror fans and like to see some Pokemon completely, you know, made disgusting. So yeah, speaking of disgustings, this particular one has green goo coming out all of its little holes in the face and at the back, and all those little barnacle type things. I decided to make it gross and all gooey and yucky, and I decided to splash some blood around the rib cage section, just to sort of show that it doesn't kill it, how it explodes all the babies out of its guts. So it's just what happens, and it regenerates and closes over the rib cage and starts again with the reproduction cycle. So anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering, and I'll leave you to watch the rest of this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Perfect. Perfect.